When target training a parrot, we want it to orient a certain body part towards an object. In our case, this is most often the parrot's beak, oriented towards something like a chopstick or even our closed fist. Target training enables us to move our parrots without having to touch them. This is a very useful behavior, especially if we for some reason can't handle our bird physically. It also comes in handy when we want to teach our parrots other behaviors. These can include stepping up onto your hand, coming to you when called, stepping up on a scale, spinning around in a circle or other tricks, and many more useful behaviors. You will need a target, reinforcers, a parrot, an enthusiastic trainer, that's you, and optional, a clicker. The target can be anything you like. I am using a chopstick since they are readily available. A reinforcer is anything that your parrot likes and is willing to work for. This can be, for example, food treats or head scratches. Your parrot should be active but not overexcited when you start the session. If your bird is sleepy or very hyper, you might want to wait and start the session later. It is very important that you yourself is in a good mood when training. Impatient or annoyed trainers are bad trainers, and this will frustrate both you and your bird. You do not have to use a clicker to teach this behavior, although there is no harm in using one if you would like to. Start by showing the stick to the bird at a comfortable distance. Make sure you never startle the bird by carefully reading its body language as you go along. Pair looking at the stick with a reinforcer. If the bird is comfortable around the stick, entice him or her to touch it by playing with it or holding a treat up close to the stick. Make sure to reinforce the bird as soon as it does. Once the bird touches the stick reliably, hold it a bit further away so that it has to stretch its neck to reach it. Once the bird does that in all directions, make it even harder by holding the stick so that the bird has to take a small step to reach. Continue to gradually increase the difficulty, little at a time, just like we've done so far, and make sure to practice each step until the bird does it reliably before moving on to the next one. Eventually, your parrot should be willing to move quite a distance to get to the stick. There are also many other kinds of targeting behaviors, such as stationing. Stationing involves the bird's feet to target a specific surface and stay there. This is very useful, for example when you want to work with more than one bird at a time. I also teach my pet birds to move towards my finger when I tap it against a surface. This is very useful if I, for example, need them to move away from something when playing on a table or quickly redirect their attention.